So we're going to begin our performance with the 6th grade beginning percussion class performing an ensemble called Begin Transmission. All right, what did y'all think of our beginner percussion section? Those kids have done an amazing job this year, and I am super incredibly proud of all of them. So before we move on to our next performance, I want to recognize a couple of outstanding individuals from the beginning percussion class this year. They've all done incredibly well, but I wanted to really hand out some awards to a few that kind of stood out. So our first award is going to go to someone who has shown fantastic improvement since the beginning of the year. And this person has taken their instrument home just about every day and practiced for hours and hours every week. So they've been very dedicated to getting better all year, and I have been greatly impressed with her. So our most improved beginning percussionist this year is Zoe Williams. So our next award goes to someone who I truly feel I could give any piece of music to, and they would go home and learn it overnight. And I know they would. They learned their whole percussion ensemble piece basically overnight, and they came and did the same with their solo once they got that. So I like to call this kind of kid a utility player, meaning that they could play just about anything I need them to, anytime I need them to. So our utility player of the year for beginning percussion is Hinton Hamilton. Okay, our last award for the beginning percussion class goes out to someone who has really stood out to me this year. They come in having practiced everything I've asked them to, and they stay after school most days to practice, pretty much until somebody shows up banging on the door to rip them out of the band hall. And they're one of the most coachable students I think that I've ever had, and I'm so proud of this kid, and I can't wait to see what they accomplish in band in the future. So our outstanding beginner percussionist is Kristen Floyd. Our next performer of the evening is Anne Henry, who will be performing her marimba solo that she'll be playing at State Solo and Ensemble Contest in May. She's one of the 3 high school percussion students that played a grade 1 solo at Region Solo and Ensemble Contest, and she made a first division and also played it from memory. And so because of that, she gets to advance to the State Solo and Ensemble Percussion level. So this is Anne Henry playing her marimba solo. want everyone to know Anne is only a freshman in high school, by the way, so the fact that she's getting to go to state solo and ensemble contest is super impressive for freshman year. So we're extremely proud of her and the other 2 students that are getting to go. So our next performance will be performed by the combined 7th and 8th grade percussion section. It's made up of percussionists from the junior high symphonic band and the junior high concert band. And so even though they don't get to perform much all together because they are in separate class periods, they're going to be playing a combined piece titled Avalanche Lake. Our next performer will be Zane Burnett. He will be playing his snare solo entitled Method to My Madness, and he played this at Region Solo and Ensemble in February, and received a first division. And since he also played it from memory, he gets to go compete at State Solo and Ensemble Contest in May. So this is Zane Burnett playing Method to My Madness. All right, that was Zane Burnett again playing his his marching snare solo, Method to My Madness, which is one of the hardest solos in the book that I gave him that I played in college. So I'm not sure whether I should be embarrassed or super, super proud of him. So our next group to perform tonight will be the Junior High Symphonic Percussion Ensemble. These kids have worked really, really hard this year, and most of them actually performed with the high school marching band in the fall, and they played as members in the front ensemble. And so they have done nothing but work their tails off this year, and they are going to play a fun and quirky little ensemble called Escape Artist. So before these students get too far, I wanted to take a moment to recognize a few of these students in junior high band who stood out this year. So I'll start with someone who's been a bit shy and apprehensive all year, but he's come such a long way in his playing. And I'm excited to see them excel next year and in high school band, and especially if they stay on the path they're on. Super proud of you. So our most improved junior high percussionist goes to Jacob Reed. All right, our next award goes to someone who, without a doubt, I can count on to get the job done, even if I just give them any part, and they might stress me out to no end sometimes because they are a procrastinator, but I can really count on them to make sure they get it done because they're going to get it done. So this one kid, I can't imagine not being a part of this section, so our Junior High Utility Player of the Year award goes to Dylan Johnson. Okay, my last junior high award tonight is going to someone who has put in more hours than I can even imagine with their practicing. They just shine when it comes to performing, learning, practicing, and rehearsing, and just being a great kid in general, honestly. They have worked so hard this year, and I just want them to know that it has not gone unnoticed. So I am so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Our outstanding junior high percussionist is Madeline Moss. Okay, our next performer will be Zach Kaysen, performing his marimba solo, Ghost Garden. He is the last of our 3 students, our last soloists, who will perform their solo at State Solo and Ensemble Contest this May. So here is Zach Kaysen with Ghost Garden. is another one of our freshman percussion members, by the way, so it's very, very impressive that we have some freshmen going to state solo and ensemble this May. Okay, our next ensemble is a quartet made up of the high school wind ensemble percussionists. All 4 wind ensemble members auditioned for and made the high school all-region band this year. Ann Henry and Joseph Aldridge made the all-region symphonic band. And Zach Kaysen and Zane Burnett made the all-region percussion ensemble, this is the first year that's happened, by the way, in our region. So they performed with students from around our area together in a concert at Gilmer High School in January. Zach and Zane actually both advanced past the region level and made it to the area level, and Zane Burnett actually earned a spot in the 2024 All-State Band this year. So he got to attend the TMEA All-State Convention, and he got to play among some of the best players in the entire state for a weekend in February as well. So we are incredibly, incredibly proud of the efforts from these 4 students this year. So this is their quartet entitled Flash Mob. We're closing the main curtain for this set change. Our next ensemble is the biggest group of the night. So this ensemble is comprised of all the students that participated in the marching percussion section this fall. So it's including junior high students along with our high school students. We also have a special guest on piano. I forgot her on the program, but Cheyenne Maynard is playing piano in this ensemble. So the marching percussion section this year earned many, many awards, including Best Percussion at several of our marching contests, and we even won the Best Bass Line at the annual Fire Ant Classic Drumline Competition. And they spent hours upon hours on the field, in the band hall, all summer, all fall, several evenings out of their week, and we really appreciate you letting your students spend that time with us, because they got a whole lot better this year, and they're only going to keep getting better. So since marching season has ended, this exact group of students hasn't really gotten the opportunity to play anything together since about 4 or 5 of them are in the junior high. And so they are going to play a joint percussion ensemble called Aether. Okay, so our next ensemble is another percussion quartet performed by the high school wind ensemble percussion section, and it's going to look a little different than any ensemble you've seen so far. As you can see, we've only got one instrument out here, and it's going to be shared by all 4 people. So this was written by one of my favorite composers, Ivan Trevino, and it was actually only even released this past November. So this is a pretty brand new piece, and we're one of the first schools to perform it. So I hope y'all enjoy Watercolor Sun by Ivan Trevino. Okay, so before our next group performs, or our last group, should I say, I wanted to take a moment to recognize a few more students from the high school. And I'll start by calling out a few who have really come a long way this year. There are a few kids in this group that actually haven't been in band very long and have had to make up a lot of ground over the course of this year. From the long nights of rehearsals, hours of practice, staying after school, asking me for help, dealing with me demanding a lot out of them. I couldn't imagine better people to give this award to. So I'm incredibly proud of how hard these two kids have worked this year, and I can't wait to watch them keep growing as musicians. So our most improved high school percussionists this year are Tatum Mays and Braden Spence. For this next award, I can't think of literally anybody who embodies the term utility player better. I can give them any piece of music and they will have it learned completely by the next day. This kid spends hours and hours and hours practicing because they want to be the best they can be. And I can trust them to play any part in any ensemble, and I mean any part, even not a percussion instrument, and they'll do it with no questions asked. It almost makes me angry how awesome this kid is musically, actually. But the high school utility player of the year goes to Zach Kaysen. My last award this evening goes to a kid who shines as a performer and student in the percussion section. They are there on time, every rehearsal, with their music learned and ready to go. They have become an incredible leader and a role model for the rest of the section, and they help keep everybody in line. Not to mention, at the beginning of the year, this person told me, I don't want to try out for the all-region band, and then ended up making the all-state band by the end of it all. So I'm super proud of this kid and his dedication, discipline, and musicianship he's shown this year. So the most outstanding percussionist goes to Zane Burnett. Okay, so the last person I want to recognize tonight is actually our senior, John Rant. When I first got to Winnsboro, I was organizing the percussion room with my coworkers, and I looked over and I saw on the whiteboard the John Ensemble Room written on the whiteboard. And I was really confused. It was called the Ensemble Room, by the way, but now it's the John Ensemble Room. And then I noticed when I was messing with our soundboard that across all of the channels it said John Rant. And I was like, who is this kid? And so we get to the first day of band camp and I completely understand why everybody loves John so much. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we're gonna miss you a lot next year, John. And thanks for choosing to spend your senior year with the percussion section and never failing to be there. Set a good example for everyone else and mostly making everyone laugh together. So we got you a picture to help you remember all the good times you had here, and we hope you never forget your time here with us. Also, your picture is in the percussion room because I forgot it, so. Okay, so our last piece of the night is an ensemble that uses all of the high school percussionists, and I think this has been their favorite one to jam to so far. They're those kids that when I walk in the band hall in the morning, they're all jamming to it in the percussion room unprompted. So, they played this ensemble at Region Solo and Ensemble Contest, and they made a first division. So we are actually taking this entire group of percussionists to state solo and ensemble in May, and I can't think of a better ensemble that encompasses this group. So please enjoy our last piece, and it is called Mayhem.